And most bakers will always think that the addition of excess margarine to the meat pie mixing dough is the only way to achieve softness and other rich properties of a good meat pie. But unfortunately, because this can only incur a breakage liability and an increase in the cost of production, especially if it is for commercial purposes. And what if I show you all the required secret techniques and skills needed to achieve good properties of a nice meat pie dough? With simple and few ingredient recipes, resulting to low cost of production and with a profit well maximized. Oh, I like it, and you will like it too. Please check it out. Hello, it's Chinedo Vincent from southwestfoodblog.com, and we teach you how to make pastries, snacks, and lunch packs. Subscribe for more valuable food contents ahead. Even though our emphasis today focuses on how to get a good dough for your meat pie, but a good dough without a good sauce is still zero. They both work hand in hand, that is pari passion. So let's quickly make our sauce before we jump into the dough and pieing techniques. So our sauce is simple. We just need carrot, minced meat, onion, Irish potatoes, vegetable oil, ginger and garlic, and seasoning cube. So what I have here is just a cooking spoon of vegetable oil. I'll go ahead and drizzle half of it to my pan and keep the other half for later use. As soon as the oil is heated up, I go ahead with my onion, which was one medium-sized onion, and I added half of it and remain the other for later use. So I stir-fry the medium until the onion caramelizes. So I added a mashed clove of garlic with little ginger to taste, then stir-fry to combine. Allow to fry a bit before introducing my 750 grams of my frozen minced meat. So cover your pot and allow to steam up in its own juice until it darkens in color. Again, not adding water to this sauce could mean toasting your meat in the absence of water, and this can have lots of flavor-infused benefit that can't be gainsaid. The possibility of this meat toasting is based on the fact that the meat is quite frozen. So allow the mixture of the oil, meat, and the extracted water to cook together for a while until the extracted water is almost dried up. Then you can add some water and then begin to spice with your 6 granulated chicken seasoning cube, which I'll be adding half of it now and keep the other half for later use. Yes, you'll see how and when we'll use the rest of the ingredients, so don't worry and be happy. Cover the pots and cook them more. Now that the ingredients and the water has been steaming for a while, give the sauce one more quick stir to ascertain that everything is well combined. And after that, detach from fire and transfer into another bowl while we still use the same pot in the continuation of the sauce making. Now drizzle the rest of the reserved oil into the pan and allow temperature to rise to its smoking point. Add the onion reserve and stir fry until it caramelizes. And over here is 3 milk cup of chopped Irish potatoes, which is added and stir fry in the oil medium for a while. Then followed by the addition of 1.5 cup of diced vegetable carrots, which is combined together with the help of the spatula. Then cover the pot and allow to cook until it softens a bit. As soon as its own juice is dried up and the vegetables is beginning to burn, I'll loosen up the vegetable with an already spiced and tasty stock Give it a quick stir and add the reserve of other seasoning ingredients. In case you've not made your meat pie sauce like this before, just give it a trial and see the beautiful outcome. You are also free to use the spices of your choice according to the desired flavor of your meat pie, but it's for this recipe we are keeping it so nice and simple. Still cover to steam for a while, and because my meat is not properly minced or diced, I'll quickly give it a quick support with my knife, although it is hot and you can see how I'm feeling it. Please allow yours to cool down. As for me, I'm brushing. Add the meat to the Irish pot and mix together to combine. You can choose to cover or open your pot to cook for a moment. So in here, I'm adding about half cup of water to my bowl, 1.5 tablespoon of cornstarch or your flour, which I mixed to dissolve, and then added half tablespoon of your preservative. Mix with your spatula and then add to your sauce. This is important because it provides the moisty mouth feeling of a good meat pie. But in case you don't want your meat pie mouth watering, or you prefer it somehow dry, go ahead and skip this process. But don't forget to add your preservative if it is for commercial purpose. And this sauce is then ready. Yeah. And hope you can see it meaty, juicy and nice. It is also economical because of the simple recipes we've used. So I'm measuring 12 cups of flour, which is equivalent to 1500 grams of flour. This will serve for 30 meat pie, and that is the exact amount of sauce we've made. Now, I usually get some comments concerning the type of flour I'm using. Please, it is all-purpose flour and nothing less. So here are the ingredients we'll be needing in addition to our flour. So this is baking powder, and this is preservative. You must add preservative if it is for commercial purpose, otherwise you lose a lot of money due to spoilage. And you can get it in the market, just ask them to give you powdered preservative, and it is very cheap to buy. We'll be needing 1 egg for brushing, a meat pie cutter, spatula and brush. This is our rolling pin, and of course we'll be using our board for rolling. Now to our 1500 grams of flour, I'll go ahead and add 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Please pay good attention to this good recipe. 1. I'll pack some again, and this is 2, and then this is 3. Please caution while using your baking powder. Ensure you don't expose it to air for long before you use. It's time to add our preservative, which I'll be adding 2 teaspoons of this. 1 and 2. Yeah. Now it is important you mix them so you don't expose them to air, because if you do, you will reduce the effectiveness of these ingredients and you might conclude that my recipe is a bluffing one. Whereas it's all your fault. Please mix them properly right now to combine. And so this is margarine, which I've not showed you before now. It's part of the ingredients, and we'll be using 2¼ sachet. A sachet is 250 grams, while a quarter is 62.5 grams. So the summation will be 562.5 grams of margarine. Now, even as we're mixing, please pay attention to this. A good meat pie is not characterized by the amount of margarine or other ingredients you add. The 2 major factors to be considered while formulating your meat pie recipes are customer satisfaction and profit maximization. And if you're shaking your head right now, don't worry, I will explain one after the other. Now, for a customer satisfaction, what does a customer want from a good meat pie dough? And from my years of experience, I discovered that the customer wants a soft meat pie dough. And most people think that the only way to make your meat pie soft is by adding too much margarine. No, my dear. With this recipe I'm showing you right now, you will still achieve that. And before we move to the next point, please show me some love by liking this video. Have you? Yeah. Thank you. Now, talking about the profit maximization, have you noticed that when your meat pie is well margarined, like up to 50% of flour you are using, according to most recipes on the internet, meat pie will acquire a breaking texture in causing you to handle it like an egg. And by the time you move from place of production to the place of supply, you will discover that you've lost lots of the meat pie to breakages. And once that happens, have you maximized your profit? I don't think so. Because you end up either dashing them out, eating them, or selling them as scrap. Most times, your aim of making the pie must have been defeated, which is profit making. So the solution is just this recipe I am sharing with you right now. You may not use the recipe exactly the way I'm sharing it. You might make some adjustment if you're a professional. But when it comes to margarine and flour ratio in your meat pie mixture, please be guided, okay? So I have taken my time to mix this properly. I'm gonna add some water. Add 2.5 milk cup of water of about 350 ml, which I added bit by bit into the mixture, and mix until a hard dough is formed. Then I transfer to my table with a soft hand kneading until the dough is firm and non-sticky to the palm. Then I transferred to my bowl and allowed to rest in the refrigerator only but a few minutes. You can skip the dough resting process if you really don't have time for it. And after resting, the dough a quick and light massage. Cut into your desired size, but for the purpose of this video, I'll cut them into 30 different pieces. Roll and flatten the dough to the similar size of my cutter and place it on the surface of my cutter and calculatively fill in my sauce in such a way that it covers for the 30. And rub in the water that will help the proper closure and gumming of the pie and cut from the cutter. And our meat pie shape is automatically formed. Remove the excesses, reknead and repeat the filling and cutting process. I hope you like the pie. Look at how it's looking beautifully and well arranged. So for the sake of time, repeat the process for the rest of the pie. Grease your pan with some margarine to avoid sticking to the pan. Arrange your meat pie to the pan and be careful not to overcrowd the pie on the pan. Of course, overcrowding will affect its rising space, and your customer might tell you that this is too small for the amount which you intended to sell. Next is to break an egg into the bowl and rub all through the pie, just for a brown and shiny look. And after baking, here is your meat pie, looking good and nice, soft, and you will also maximize your profit. Thanks for watching. Please visit us at salpesfoodblog.com and follow us in all our social media handle at Salpes Kitchen. Until I come your way, bye.